The function we're looking at this time is going to be a function that will take an incoming picture and cover up the top edge and the bottom edge to the extent of 10 pixels and create a border, so to speak. All of the pixels in that 10 pixel band will be set to a particular color at the top and at the bottom. So let's take a look at the code. We're importing Just4Py, so we have access to the MediaConf functions. We are then defining a function called addBorder with an input parameter of a picture. And then we create a variable called border thickness and set it to 10. This just makes it a little easier to make borders of different thicknesses in the future. We'll reference the border thickness variable throughout our code rather than putting in the constant 10. That way, if we decide we want a border of 5 or a border of 20, we just have to change one line and that will ripple through all the code. And we won't have to worry about changing individual references to a number. We also are going to calculate where the bottom border is going to start at. And we do that by getting the height of the picture and subtracting how thick our border is going to be. And so that's our first use of the variable border thickness. And then we enter into a loop where we're going to go through the picture and change all the pixels that fall into the top border area or the bottom border area. To do that, we're talking about the y dimension, the vertical dimension. And so each time we go through the for loop, we're going to get 1 pixel from all of the pixels in picture. We get the y coordinate for that individual pixel we're dealing with and put it in the variable y. Then we have an if statement asking if y is less than the border thickness. That is to say, is y at the top of the picture within the thickness of the border we're going to draw? And if it is, then we're going to set the color of the pixel that we're looking at to blue. Nothing special about blue, that's just what we decided to do this time. Then, if it's not in the very top of the picture, there's 2 more possibilities. It's either in the middle of the picture, where we don't want to change anything, or it's at the very bottom of the picture, where we do want to put another border. And so we're using the elif, y is greater than or equal to bottom. Remember, bottom we calculated here at the top as being the height minus the thickness. So if it looks like we're in the bottom part, then we're going to do a set color of the pixel to black. Could be the same color, we're choosing to do 2 different colors here. So the pixels in the middle will not make either of these if statements true, neither the if or the elif, and they'll simply fall through the loop, nothing happens, we come back around and get the next pixel. So let's run it and see what that looks like. I'll load and run our code. Since this function is expecting an input parameter of a picture, let's establish a picture variable. I'll call it pic equal make picture, pick a file. That opened up off screen. Let me drag it in. Let's go to images and let's choose Big Ben. So now that we have our picture, we can give that variable that contains the picture to our addBorder function by calling the function, giving it pic, the name of the variable, pressing enter. Doesn't look like it did anything, but our addBorder function is designed just to do one thing, that being to add the borders. There's no display of the picture. So if we want to look at it, we can issue a show command and give it the pic variable. Again, that opened up off screen. Let me drag it in. And we will see that we have the blue band at the top and a black one at the bottom. And if we were wanting to confirm that we got the right number of pixels in each place, rather than doing show explore would be a better option, because then we could actually zoom in, make those areas larger, and use the X and Y coordinate adjustments within the Explorer window to actually count down the number of rows. But that's the idea. With some variation, we could put it on the left and right side as well. Again, we could have done the same color in both places. We could change the width of the border. But here is some basic code that you've got to work with as an example. We'll see you in class.